It is a tropical, hot summer afternoon, so staying hydrated is going to be key for the players, the fans, even the commentators as we are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Garden with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And in recent seasons, he's really elevated his game and become one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL when he's out there leading his squad. He completed over 72% of his passes last season, which led the league, and he's looking to be even better in this season.
They'll run. Here's Devon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Hill going to go in motion right. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. There was Will McDonald bursting in there and making that play.
At the 12-yard line.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And normally when you talk about a quarterback on his third team in as many years, you're worried about this kid's potential. But in this case, Justin Fields has plenty of it, and he flashed it big time during his short tenure in Pittsburgh. Now he has an opportunity in New York to be a full-time starter once again, and the Jets are excited about his potential.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Fields. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
First down, Jets.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Fitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
First down, New York.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards, and that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They're going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Achane gets it from the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 7. Tua going to throw. They're going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 57 yards.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here is 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it as we resume action. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second down and 6. From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete to Lazard. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 5. And the Jets first down.
Play action. It's Fields. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Flushed out right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Ran it last time, now Fields to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Out of the gun, they run it to Hall. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
Ball again on second down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Back foot throw there is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So on fourth down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The drive starts with a run from H.M. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he gets this up past the 30.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, back to H.M. And the defense closes quickly there, and they get maybe a yard to the 33.
He's taken down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's a 2nd and 8. In motion is Washington. H.M. here, they stay on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now Tua. And this pass broken up. But the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Deep for the Jets, Isaiah Davis. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Fields now to throw. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Fields. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Out of the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10. Throwing again is Fields. And he'll find Hall. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Open man is the tight end, Mason Chandler. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields. He'll get this to Lazard.
Fields pass. Complete to Allen Lazard. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Fields throwing again. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson from 21 yards away. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. Nick Folk for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Well, indeed, start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and a couple. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Tua, the final shot before half. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson here with an abridged version of the Halftime Report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Off play action, Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Achane to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Dolphins 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Complete to
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Running right, here's Achane. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
At the 37-yard line.
A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 at a tie for the Miami first.
9 yards. That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Offense.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. They fake the handoff, now to him. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. He connected on his first, this from 41. Patterson's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
The slot man in motion right. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Down the sideline he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Tua finding his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fields. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day. One-score game. 1st and 10 here. Going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the 50, here's Fields. Going to look deep for Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Full connects on the extra point. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get him.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A run straight ahead with Achane. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun, it's Tua. And it's caught. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Tua setting up shop to throw again. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson. And they will will take a 7-point lead now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Under a heavy rush and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a first down and one less down to try and get it.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Fields now to throw. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Here's Fields. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 34. And off to Achane to begin the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Ahmad Gardner got downhill quickly and stuck him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
That's good.
We're a 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
10 at the 45-yard line.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That would looks like he'll throw here. Washington's got it. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw is Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.